I guess I just got faith in Brian Flores and company that they're going to give the Panthers offense some issues this weekend.
Well, you will see me doing this multiple times on Sunday. Look into the camera, look into the screen, coming from my
Open
studio,
it up for real, too, so I can see that hairy chest with those pecs.
God. Good Lord, that is not an actual photograph. Good God. I was so wrong about the Panthers, too. That was one of the games. I think we split 3-3, the 6 games on which we disagreed.
Unbelievable.
I was so wrong about the Panthers. Kudos to the Dolphins for shutting down Cam, and my goodness. All right, coaches or quarterbacks with the most at stake the final 6 weeks of the season. That is our draft for today, and we have a trivia question for those of you out there who don't like it when we skip past the trivia. Here it is, Chris. 2 teams last season finished the regular season on 6-game winning streaks. Name one of them.
Oh my gosh! Wow, that's a good. I'm gonna go with Buffalo. Buffalo, and let me see if I can get the other one just before you tell me the answer.
I got the other one.
Is it the Colts?
What's the music playing for? Somebody hit the wrong button. They hit the wrong button. They're Packers. The Packers. I just figured they were 13-3. There's a good chance they finished the season with 6 straight wins.
It was
so
that. Wow, look at us, all football knowledge and stuff. We're pretty special that way.
It didn't get either of them to the Super Bowl, but it did allow them to go into the playoffs feeling pretty good about themselves. All right, final 6 weeks of the season, Chris. You get the first pick. Who, quarterback or coach, needs to have a great finish the most?
There's a lot of tough ones or good ones. I guess there's a lot to pick from is what I'm saying. I think the one I'm going to go with Tua. I am. I think that's right off the bat. I mean, Miami's hot. I don't know if everybody realizes second longest winning streak in football, only behind the New England Patriots right now. Defense is absolutely balling and kicking butt. And Tua is playing well. I mean, it's not special, but it's good. And if they can continue to string together wins here, and I'm not even saying they got to get in the playoffs, but if they end the year, at 500 or above, and he has this end of the year push, I think it could go a long way into maybe saving his job and maybe having a future in Miami. So I'll go with Tua to lead it off there.
Your comments will make the card-carrying members of Tuanon very happy. I will say this, though. I'm still concerned about his durability. That's what I'm concerned about. He's played well. And they closed the door on Deshaun Watson. What a surprise. You don't have that distraction for Tua anymore or the organization, and they can get behind him, and they're not expecting Deshaun Watson to ride in on a white horse. And that's when the winning streak began.
It is.
The moment exactly right. that the door shut on Deshaun Watson is when they started winning football games one after another. Now 4 in a row. They got 2 more at home, and then they have the Saints on a Monday night. Right, first one for me. I could sandbag you on this one, but I'm jumping on it while I can.
Go ahead.
Mike McCarthy.
Ooh.
Because you look at the Cowboys' schedule. You look at the adversity they're currently dealing with. You look at the fact that there are going to be teams out there that are interested in Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator. McCarthy had better have a good finish. If he misses the playoffs, Chris, and I don't think it's crazy talk at this point to suggest that they may not even get in, because they could get picked off by Washington and not be one of the ones that gets 5, 6, or 7 seed. If they don't get in, I wouldn't be stunned if McCarthy's done and Kellen Moore becomes the coach.
Oh, I mean, if they fall apart, you're right. I mean, I would agree with you. That would be that wouldn't make me concerned if I was in the Mike McCarthy fan club for sure. Yes, it hasn't looked good lately. Certainly, we know early in the year he had all the clock management issues and all of that. So, yes, I would think the cards would be stacked against them a little bit there if they did not get in with the way they started for sure. I'm kind of going I feel like on a similar path here. I'm going to go with Kevin Stefanski. I think I am. I'm going to go right there. I mean, again, Cleveland's one of the more disappointing teams in football. We know that. He's an offensive mind. The offense is sputtering, big time. They don't pass the ball that well. Baker Mayfield, at the end of last year showed development, but I think we'd all agree it's kind of hasn't been much progress. And this year has been all over the place, to where, I think if they finish, I'm not saying he gets fired, but, man, even if they don't finish well, it's going to be all hot seat talk going into next year in this offseason.
I want to go quarterbacks, but some of these coaches with what they have riding on it, I think, have concerns. Pete Carroll in Seattle, he's one of the guys north of $15 million right now, and maybe the buyout saves him. Maybe it does. Maybe it's too much to pay Pete Carroll to not coach your team. So maybe they keep him around for another year. But how they handle these final 6 games, I think, goes a long way toward assessing whether or not there's reason to believe that it can be better next year. All right, there are the first 2 rounds. Chris, you are up with round 3. Coach or quarterback with the most at stake in the final 6 weeks of the season?
Man, there's so many good. It's really hard. We could go a few rounds here. I mean, Jalen Hurts, Carson Wentz, Mike Zimmer, Vic Fangio. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater. I think I'm going to go with Matthew Stafford. Not that he's in danger of not being the quarterback of the Rams next year, but he's not helping his perception / reality here with the way he looks lately. And, of course, their team kind of falling apart and him making the majority of the critical mistakes. To me, if this doesn't start turning around, he's going to set himself up a little bit like in Detroit, where people are just going to go, oh, well, he's Matthew Stafford. He'll make mistakes in a big moment and find a way to screw it up. So from that standpoint, he's got a lot to lose.
For me, I'm going to go positive.
Okay.
Taylor Heineke.
Okay.
He's got the opportunity to make himself the starter unquestioned in Washington next year. And if he can take them to the playoffs, and it's not as crazy as it sounds right now, and they're technically in right now, they could still win the division.
Yeah.
If he can take them to the playoffs, he may be the guy next year. He's got a lot riding on this, plus future contract, et cetera.
Very good one.
Let me throw one at you that you may not have thought of, because we see one-and-done coaches on a semi-regular basis. Not as rare as you would think. David Culley, Dan Campbell, Robert Saleh. I think those 3 guys need to be concerned about how things go the final 6 weeks.
Wow. I hope not.
Don't you?
I hope. I know. They're probably in this day and age, but I hope not.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.